Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be installing a Caleb from Suvneer. So this is going to be going on a M235, and he should be pulling up shortly here. So we're going to be doing the install, and this is actually going to be the first time installing this lip because this is, I think, more of a universal lip that works with various other bumpers. There is a specific amount of bumpers that it works with. So if I get that information, I'll put it in the description down below. So this is going to be more of a simple and performance style lip. So once he pulls up, I'll show you guys the lip, and then I'll show you guys kind of how it's going to be mocked up. And then we'll go ahead and continue with that install. We might have to remove the bumper, we might not. I'm hoping that we don't, but if we have to, then I'll go ahead and do it. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and wait for him to pull up, and then we'll continue the video. So here we got, this is a Caleb, right?
Yeah.
Caleb. So here we have the lip. Like I was telling you guys, I feel like this is one of the lips that you can use it on. I've seen it used on a couple other options, other bumpers. So I'm just gonna do a quick mock-up of it. So from this angle, you should get an idea on how it's gonna look like. Alright guys, so we got the car jacked up, and then just by looking at it, we're gonna have to take this off right here, and we should be able to get it on there maybe without taking the bumper off. I'm gonna try not to take it off, but we're probably gonna drill some here, put like maybe 3, I want to say 3 on that side, 3 bolts. And then we might have to do one here as well, and then one over there. So it's just a matter of mocking it up. We'll probably do double-sided tape. I'll end up drilling the holes after, and then putting the bolts in, and hopefully it should be an easy job. But if not, then we'll go ahead and take the bumper off. I've done it with the F30, and then this one should be about the same, so it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, so after a little while of struggling trying to figure out how to get the bolt that's back here out, I decided to just take the wheels off, pull this fender liner back, and then we did the same for the other side, and then I was able to get to it without a problem. So we got the bumper off. I decided to just take the bumper off since the lip is a universal piece, and it's kind of hard to line that up while being on there, so I figured it's easier to do it while it's off the car. So I'm going to go ahead and try to mock this up while PARRIS, the owner of the car, is going to be wrapping his V-brace yellow. So it just kind of worked out that it has some spare material, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down for him so he can go ahead and get that finished up, and then we'll go ahead and continue the install of this lip, and then we'll probably have a little chat with him after so you guys can kind of get to know a little bit more about the car itself. It's a really clean M235 with the ZHP wheels off of E46. So we'll talk with him in a little bit, and once we get everything completed here. Alright, so we got the bumper out here. I ended up placing it on top of the splitter and got it pretty much lined up on how it's gonna go. And we got the same amount of spacing out here. Over here about 2. Yeah, it's about the same thing. And so what I'm gonna be doing now is placing double-sided tape underneath it to kind of hold it in place. Once it's held in place, I'm going to take the drill and drill some holes, and then that way we can go ahead and just put the bolts on, and then this should be ready to go. Putting it back together shouldn't be a problem. So let's see if we can get this lined up properly. So now we got to do the drilling. So I think I'm gonna do 4 bolts. I'm probably gonna do 1 on the inside in between these 2 holes. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, and 4 up here, and then we're gonna do 4 on that side, and then we're gonna do 1 in the middle somewhere. Just gotta figure out where to drill it so it doesn't go through the bumper. Probably somewhere right here in the dead center. Should be all right. So we're gonna do 1 here, and then 4 on each side, and I think that should be all right for it. Alright, so we're gonna do 5 instead. So we got 2 here, 2 here, and 1 here. So that's 5. And then we got 1 in the middle. It might be a little bit of overkill, but I mean, to me, it's better to be safe than sorry. I mean, better to have extra than not have enough. So yeah, so once I do those 5, I'm gonna do the center one, and then I'll show you guys once everything is mounted. So we pretty much got everything put on. We got 2, 4, 5 bolts, 1, 6, and then we got 5 more. So we got 11 bolts. So this thing is not gonna go anywhere. And what I ended up using over here is because these don't actually come with the spacer. Luckily I had some spacers that are used for the TV mounts, so luckily I kept them, and I was able to use 1 over here and then 1 on this side, which the bolt was a little bit too long, so I was able to use those 2 to hold it up in place, and then just kind of give it the support that it needs in the middle. So now all we got to do is mount the bumper back on, and we should be good. Another update, we've been struggling with this, fighting it to get it to fit, and we realized that it's not fitting because the spacer was hitting this part. So I ended up creating a notch big enough to where I wasn't too sure exactly where the notch was gonna have to go. So this should be all right. All it is just the housing under the intercooler, which is all the way back there. So that's not gonna cause any issues, but that should make enough clearance for the bumper to slide in all the way, because it was giving us an issue where one side was going in but the other side wasn't. So we've been struggling here for about like 20 minutes trying to figure out what it was, and I think this is the issue. So just figure I'd give you guys an update in case you guys are wanting to do this lip on your car. It is not a simple bolt on. From what I've realized, you got to take your time to line it up and everything, and then drill the holes in and then just make it work. Alright guys, so here we have the finished outcome. So this has to be the simplest lip that I've installed, but at the same time it was the most complicated and time consuming. I just ran into a few little issues with fitting the bumper back on the car, because some of the bolts were hitting with some of the plastic liners that were inside. You guys saw that we have 5 bolts over there, 5 bolts on that side, and then the one in the middle. So that should be enough support for the lip. And then he does have the V-brace that he wrapped in yellow. Just reminds me of my F30 days. The car is super clean. He does have the ZHP wheels off of E46. He did buy it like this, and it's lowered on BC coilovers, but he does have a channel, and I'll link everything down below for you guys so you guys can check it out. He's going to be documenting everything that he does to this car. Really clean build so far. He did mention that he was trying to get the GTS style hood and eventually probably wrap it. That's something you guys, if you guys are wanting to know more about the details, you'll have to check out his channel. GTS style hood would obviously look nice on here as well. So really clean build, like I was saying. The lip will be linked in the description down below if you guys are interested. This is the K1 style, which is a universal style, which I've seen it, I think, mounted on E92 bumpers as well. But I'll try to get all the information and list it down below for all the cars that you guys could probably use it for. I think it's been test fitted on a couple cars already, so I'll have that information for you guys in the description. But yeah, I think it came out good. It's still clean and not too overly powered by, you know, you don't want to have a crazy aggressive front lip and then the rest of your car is pretty much almost factory. So this lip fits it perfectly with the look that he has going on right now. I really like these wheels, but I mean, I did try to buy them from him, but eventually I'm not gonna need them just because of the plans that I have going on for the E46. But anyways, here we got the M Sport diffuser exhaust. It looks like an M Performance exhaust. He's got intercooler and a stage 1 tune, I believe. But yeah, I'll see if he has time tomorrow so we can talk a little bit more. If not, then I will wrap up the video here. He is supposed to come pick it up tomorrow morning, I believe. But yeah, got the M3 still here and the M235. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. It does help the videos and it helps the channel. Once again, parts will be linked down below if you guys are interested. And even though this was not a full tutorial, hopefully this gives you guys an idea on how to install the parts. So once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.